Hello, welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour, we will be practicing using some conjunctions, some subordinators, classic subordinators that often English learners have some problems using correctly. Specifically, we'll be looking at although, despite, in spite of, and then we'll also be looking at in case. These can be a little confusing, so we'll be looking at them together today. First of all, I will be explaining the uses to you for about 5 minutes, talking about it, and then we're going to do a lot of exercises to practice using these subordinating conjunctions properly and with the correct usage. If while I'm explaining things, by the way, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me and ask me a question. Quite all right. I welcome your questions. All right, let me welcome students to the class. Hello, Andre. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm okay. Thank you very much. And Carolina. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Hello, teacher.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
There's an ant swimming around in my water. Drown! Darn it all. All right. Looks like I'll be having a protein drink. Okay. Fine. All right. Let's get started because we got a lot of material and there's lots of exercises for us to practice with. Okay. So I'm going to do a screen share and we're going to talk about although. By the way, plenty of room in the class. Any others would like to join us, just come on in. We welcome you. All right, let's look at although. Okay, last year, Paula and Sarah had a holiday by the sea. It rained a lot, but they enjoyed it. Okay, notice you could use but. All right, you can pretty much use this same kind of idea, a contrasting idea. You can introduce the contrasting idea by using although. So pretty much saying the same thing. Although it rained a lot, they enjoyed it. Or you can use in spite of or despite the rain, they enjoyed it.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I have the link of that document?
Yeah, it was in the class description at Verbling.
I tried it, but in the document in the description of the class is a docx.
Okay. Really? Really? Okay. Well. Okay. I can't change it into a different document. Sorry. I'm not sure what I can do about that. Okay, well, there's the link, and sorry, but I can't really change the document and reload it. The class has already started,
Okay.
so I can't add material to it.
I got it.
Okay. All right. Continuing. All right. After all, though, we're going to use a subject and a verb. Okay. Although it rained, subject noun, it, verb, rained. Although it rained a lot, we enjoyed our holiday. I didn't get the job, although I had the necessary qualifications. All right. Comparing although and because. Not quite the same. We went out although it was raining heavily. We didn't go out because it was raining heavily. Okay. Although, even though can be used the same way. Very similar similarly, we use in spite of or despite. Okay. Don't. A common mistake, actually, I see is like I see in despite.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. That's just wrong. You have to get it right. We do say in spite of. We say despite. Or another common one is despite the fact.
despite the
Um,
fact.
yeah, despite the fact that blah blah blah. Um, yeah, this one is uh, that is optional when we use despite the fact. It's a little more easy to understand. Okay, but even with despite the fact, it's still going to be noun verb. Despite the fact that he said whatever, they went. It's still really the same idea as despite or in spite of. You can use any of these three variations. Um, After in spite of or despite, we use a noun or a pronoun. Despite, or sometimes, yeah, despite this, uh, or an ing or gerund form of a noun. It's not really not a verb, but a gerund noun. All right. In spite of the rain, we enjoyed our holiday. Oh, okay, fine. Um, all right. I didn't get the job in spite of having. Okay. So you can use an ing form behind either of these. Uh, Despite the fact you've got to have a noun. Absolutely. You can't say despite the fact having the necessary. You can't do that. So with despite the fact, you can't use this. It's ing. Okay. She wasn't well, but in spite of this. All right. These are common. In spite of this or despite this. This, that. All right. Here's another one. In spite of what I said yesterday. Okay. All right. Same meaning, despite and in spite of. But don't. Oh, despite of is another one I commonly see. All right. They can be used exactly the same, but remember, in spite of has to. You need the of. All right, and here it is. Despite the fact that, or you can use in spite of the fact that. I didn't get the job in spite of the fact that I had the necessary qualifications. All right, there you see the noun and then verb. Again, we went out in spite of the rain, or despite the rain, or in spite of the fact that it was raining. We didn't go out because of the rain. Different meaning. I think you can see here. Okay, quick shout out to Ken. Hi, Ken. Welcome to the class.
Yes, hello.
Hello. All right, let's look at the despite in comparison with although. Look at how we have to say it slightly differently. The meaning is the same, all right, but the construction is slightly different. Although the traffic was bad, we arrived on time. In spite of the traffic, we arrived on time. You can say, in spite of the fact that the traffic was bad, we arrived on time. Okay, so you might have to change your construction, sentence construction. Notice also it doesn't have to be, most of the examples we've looked at, this conjunction, this subordinate conjunction is first in the sentence. It doesn't have to be. It starts a clause. The clause could be second. I couldn't sleep, although I was very tired. So it doesn't matter. Although I was very tired, I couldn't sleep, or I couldn't sleep, although I was very tired. Doesn't really matter. Notice I can have being. I couldn't sleep despite being very tired. I can't say I couldn't sleep, although being very tired doesn't make any sense. And I can't use although with being. I can't use the fact that, despite the fact. I couldn't sleep despite the fact being very tired. It won't work. Okay, why do we use though and sometimes though, sometimes although? Though is the same as although. I
Is the same. There's no difference between tough and also.
there really isn't, but when we start a sentence, just tendencies, I guess. There's nothing grammatically wrong with doing something different, but tendencies or collocations in English, basically we usually use although at the beginning of a sentence and we use though at the end of the sentence.
Or or in the middle of the sentence.
In the middle, take your pick, Andre. Really, I think in writing you would normally use although. Although is a little bit more formal, and though is a little bit more informal. So you're naturally going to see although in writing more often than though. In speaking, you're going to naturally hear though. Conversational, informal speaking. Okay, as I said, we often see though at the end of the sentence. The house isn't so nice. I like the garden though. All right, normal, every day.
Is it colloquial expression or can I?
Well, to some degree, yeah, actually.
Maybe
mm,
we should not write it in academic English.
Yeah, if you have a choice, yeah, if I was writing academic English, although I can't imagine this sentence being academic English, yes, I would probably write, the house isn't so nice, comma, well, no, you don't need a comma, although I like the garden, period.
Okay.
Yeah. I would do that. Even though is a a bit stronger than although. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of difference. But okay, when we speak it, we tend to use more intonation. Even though I was really tired, I couldn't sleep. Although I was really tired, I couldn't sleep. Notice how I'm saying that? I tend to give it more emphasis when I use even though. Native speakers do that naturally. Really, it's my intonation and my pitch that's giving it that extra oomph, so to speak. Even though I tried, I couldn't do it. Although I tried, I couldn't do it. Yeah, it's definitely a little stronger. But same meaning, same purpose, and same construction. Okay. Let's have you guys give this a shot. You are going to complete the sentences using although plus one of the sentences, or rather phrases, clauses, from the box. So, all right, for example, number one, although he has a very important job, he isn't particularly well paid. So you're going to have to look at it in context. Okay, Andre, you want to try out number two?
Sure. Although I had never seen her before, I recognize her from a photograph.
Okay, very good. That's perfect. All right. Pretty straightforward. Just going to put although at the front of the sentence or clause. Carolina, number three.
She wasn't wearing a coat, although It was quite cold.
Very good. Yes. Okay. Something that contrasts. All right. Even though, okay. Something seems obvious. It's the usual meaning. Ken?
We thought we'd better invite them to the party, although they are punks. Hmm?
What?
Maybe I made a mistake.
What did you say? I'm lost.
Although they are punks.
Although they're punks?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. You want to add your own? Sure.
Although we don't like them very much.
I like your answer too, though. Okay. You guys want to get a little creative and add your own answer? That's fine. That works perfectly well. Your more creative answer. It just surprised me, that's all. I wasn't ready for it. All right. Audrey, number 5.
Okay, although I didn't speak the language well, I managed to make myself understood.
Okay, perfect. All right. I think we've got this. Carolina, number 6.
The heat, the room wasn't warm.
Okay. Although the heating was on. Yeah. All right. Ken, number 7.
I didn't recognize her, although we've known each other a long time.
Okay. Could be, or it could be I'd met her twice before, maybe. Yeah, either one. Okay. All right, Andre, last one here.
We are not very good friends, although we've known each other a long time.
Yeah, probably that's the only one that's gonna fit very well there. Oh, okay.
It could be we've known each other a long time though.
We're not very good friends. We've known each other a long time, though. Yes, it could be. Definitely that's more informal.
Yeah, it's very informal, right?
Yeah. Okay. Now, as we look at all these, can you switch it around? Sometimes maybe you could, and it still makes sense, but sometimes you really can't. Although we're not very good friends, we've known each other a long time. That still makes perfect sense, okay, to put although in front of the other ones. They're just two contrasting ideas. You're not really talking about a cause and effect or something like that. You're just talking about contrasting ideas. Okay. Sometimes you can do it either way, but sometimes it doesn't really make sense. It sounds a little weird. Like, although she wasn't wearing a coat, it was quite cold. That sounds weird. Because the fact that, she wasn't wearing a coat, although it was very cold, is a surprising fact, and that's the reason it's different. There's a sort of logic. It's cold, you wear a coat. There's a cause and effect. It's cold, I put on a coat. So when there's more of a cause and effect thing going on, you can't just, you have to put although with the right clause. Some cases it doesn't matter if it's just contrasting ideas you're presenting. All right, let's step it up a little. Do what you want. There will be several sentences where you might have a couple different choices. But in this next exercise, you're going to add although, in spite of, because, or because of. For example, number 1, although it rained a lot, we enjoyed our holiday. Okay, you can't use in spite of it rained a lot. See, what they're doing is making it grammatically impossible. It is possible, grammatically anyway, to say because it rained a lot, we enjoyed our holiday. I don't know. Maybe you enjoy the rain. Maybe you love the rain. Some people do. I've heard. So grammatically speaking, it is possible. That's what I mean. There may be places where there's two grammatically possible answers. Carolina, 2. You can do 2A and 2B, actually. They seem to be a set. They come in sets.
Okay. Although all our careful plans, a lot of things went wrong.
No. Okay. Nope. We can't do that because remember, after although, we need to have a noun and a verb.
Okay.
So it's not going to work here.
Okay. In spite of.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. Right. Okay. So B.
B could be although.
Yes, it
We
could.
plan everything carefully. A lot of things went wrong.
Right. Now we have our subject noun. We and had planned. Okay. Definitely. That will work. Okay, Ken, how about number 3?
Okay, I went home pretty early, Blank. I was feeling unwell. Because I was feeling unwell. I went to home early. Yes, I went to home early. Yes, because.
Yeah. I could be because I was feeling unwell. That's very logical. Yeah, that's the only one that really makes sense. Yeah. Okay, and B, Ken, sorry.
B. Okay, I went to work the next day, Blank. I was still feeling unwell. I went to work the next way, although I was still feeling unwell.
Okay. Yep. Very good. All right, Andre, give it a try here.
Okay. She only accepted the job in spite of the salary, which was very high.
Well, yeah.
No, I think it's she only accepted the job. She only accepted the job because the salary, which was very high.
Yes, but it needs to be because of the salary.
Because of the salary.
Yes, because we have this noun. That's right. We need of there to make this prepositional phrase with the noun salary. All right, and how about B?
She accepted the job in spite of the salary, which was very high. No, in spite of the salary, which was rather low.
Right, the opposite. Okay, well there you go. Okay, right. That's it. All right. In spite of means although, even though. Okay. Contrast.
Although needs the unknown, right?
She accepted the job, although the salary was very low. You could change it with although, but you have to do it like this. She accepted the job, although the salary was rather low. So I have the noun and the verb. You see, Andre, you need a noun and a verb.
Okay.
You can't even use although in this first one. It doesn't make sense at all. There's no contrasting idea. She accepted the job. That's good because the salary was high. That's good. There's no contrast here. It's impossible.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Carolina, number 5.
I managed to get to sleep although there was a lot of noise.
Very good. Yeah, great.
I couldn't get to sleep because the noise.
Of.
Be- because of the noise.
Yeah, in order to connect with this noun here, you need
Okay.
this. You need to create a prepositional phrase.
Okay.
Okay, because of the noise. All right. Notice because. All right. I went home because I was feeling unwell. If we look back at 3A here, notice because is like although. I need to have a noun and a verb. Okay, and in spite of and because of, just a noun. All right, so that's the key difference. All right, you're gonna have to be a little creative here. Two more exactly the same, but you can make up your own ending. Okay, Ken. Oh, I'm sorry. Ken?
He passed the exam, although he was he didn't study so long time.
Okay, although he didn't study for a long time. Okay, he didn't study. All right, you got our noun and our verb. Okay, all right, you can try B.
Okay, he passed the exam because of cheating.
Okay, because of cheating. Well, okay, because you added of and then the noun, cheating, the gerund form. Yeah, that's okay.
Because of the cheat?
You could say, well, no, he's right, because of cheating, the concept of cheating. So he's right.
Okay.
You could also say because he cheated, again, adding a verb and a noun. Yeah. So, all right. That's right. Oh, okay. Andre, you want to try number 7 here?
Okay. I didn't need anything, although I didn't eat anything. I didn't eat anything, although I drank a beer.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Eat, drink. All right, I guess there's a contrast there. Yeah, well, all right. That'll work. You know, I didn't eat anything, although I was starving. You know, more
Okay.
apparent, contrast. But that's okay. There's still a contrast. Eat, drink, sure.
Okay.
Still works.
Although I drank beer. I drank a beer. I drank.
Yeah.
Drank. Yeah.
Drank. Yeah, that's right. All right. Try B, Andre.
Okay. I didn't eat anything in spite of. Um, in spite of the dish looked so good.
Despite of, okay, the dish looking so good. All right, you could do that. The dish
In spite
looking,
of the dish looking so good.
yeah, that's okay. Also, I want to point out, I just popped in my head. I was, doing the exercises as you guys are doing them. You could also, it's very possible when if you're gonna use like an ing to use a negative. I didn't eat anything in spite of not having breakfast, for example. So you can use negatives as well.
Okay. Spite of.
Something like that. All right. Okay, you're going to use the word in brackets in this next exercise to complete, to make one sentence from the 2 sentences. So I couldn't sleep. I was very tired. I couldn't sleep despite being very tired. So you're going to have to figure out how to rework the sentences grammatically to use the conjunction to tie them together.
Okay.
Carolina, number 2.
Number 2. They are happy in spite of
Mm.
having very little money.
Very
In
good.
spite.
Yes, having is key here, in spite of having very little money. Okay. Hey, she put they are happy instead of starting with that's fine. Makes little. It makes it little. No, not little. It makes no difference at all. Which phrase you put first. So perfect. Great. Ken.
Okay. I managed to walk home, although my foot was injured.
Yep. Very good. Same thing. All right. Piece of cake. Andre, number 4.
Although my foot was injured, I managed to walk home.
That's great. You did it backwards, but okay. How about number 4, Andre?
I enjoyed, no, in spite, in spite of the story was silly, I enjoyed the film.
Okay. In spite of the story being silly, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. In
Okay.
spite of the story being, in spite of the story being silly, I enjoyed the film.
There you go. Okay. All right. Just got to make sure when you're putting that subordinating conjunction first in a sentence, that means you have a dependent clause first. If you're writing, that means you need to have a comma between the two clauses. If you put that subordinating conjunction second or introducing the second clause, you don't need a punctuation. You don't need a comma. All right, Carolina, number 5.
Despite we live in the same street, we hardly ever see each other.
Okay, now here, now remember, when we have although or because, we need to follow it with a noun and a verb. When we have in spite of or despite, we don't do that. We need to follow it with a noun or a gerund noun form, ing. So, despite living in the same
Despite
street.
living.
Yeah, we can't say despite we live on the same street. Just can't do it. All right. Ken, number 6.
Okay. Even though I was only out for 5 minutes, I got very wet in the rain.
Okay, good job. A nice job reading it because there was definitely more stress, even though you used a higher pitch, which we noted earlier is what you do when you're stressing words, and even though shows more stress, more importance, it's stronger. All right, one last exercise, and then we're going to move on. All right, we're going to use the words in the parentheses to create a sentence which will end with though. The house isn't very nice. Okay, like garden. I like the garden though. Okay, pretty straightforward. Andre, number 2.
Hold on. I'm looking the document. They have very little money. That number 2.
Number 2. Yeah, the last set of exercises here. Oh, yeah, I don't think it's on your document actually.
Yeah.
This maybe a surprise
It's
exercise.
not in my document.
No, a little
Okay, use the words in brackets to make a sentence with those.
sneak attack. Secret surprise for you.
Okay, it's warm today. It's one today. The it's one today, and
It's very simple. Just keep it simple.
it's one today. Do I have to use very and windy, right?
Just have to use the two words very windy and though, but keep it simple. Like, I like the garden though.
So I like the day is very windy though.
That's it. It is very windy though. That's it. That's it. It's warm today. It's very windy though.
It's very windy though. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, Carolina, how about number 3 here?
We didn't like the food. We ate. No, it's weird. We ate fish, though.
Well, okay, or we ate it though. That's it. We ate it though. We didn't like the food, but we ate it anyway. We ate it though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. Okay, Ken, last one here.
Liz is very nice. I don't like her husband though.
Yeah. All right. That's very, very normal. Okay, a little gossiping over the fence. Yep, there you go. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to look at in case and using in case as a subordinated conjunction. All right. Your car should have a spare wheel because it is possible you will have a puncture. Sure it is. Your car should have a spare wheel. Okay. Americans would say spare tire, not spare wheel. Your car should have a spare wheel in case you have a puncture. Or in case you have a puncture, well, you could say it the other way. In case you have a puncture, your car should have a spare wheel. Again, it doesn't matter where you put this conjunction. In other words, it's possible you may have a puncture. Whatever, because it may happen is the idea. I'll leave my mobile phone switched on in case Jane calls. It's possible she'll call. I'll draw a map for you in case you have problems finding her house, because it's possible that you will. It's possible something, well, usually, of course, it's going to be you're using in case because something negative will possibly happen. Okay, but maybe it's something positive. Who knows? I'll take the day off in case we decide to go to the park. All right, don't have to be negative, although it often is. Okay, more of the same. We use just in case, all right, with just for smaller possibility. Again, this is up to the speaker. Speakers can think whatever they want to think about what degree of probability or possibility something's going to happen. All right, I don't think it'll rain, but I'll take an umbrella just in case. Okay, it kind of adds emphasis to it, kind of has the implied reasoning that you don't think it's going to happen, but there's a small chance. Do not use will after in case. Use a present tense for the future. Believe it or not, in case. This may not seem obvious, but in case is actually a time subordinator. It is a time-related subordinator, and other more obvious time subordinators like before, after, when, while, as soon as, during. Okay, those are obviously time subordinators. Some are less obvious. In case, if, unless. Kind of similarly, in case means in the time that, in the occurrence that. It has to do with time. So any time subordinator at all, you can never use a future tense after any time subordinator. All right, ever. And in case is not obviously about time, but it is in English. So I'll leave my phone switched on in case Jane calls, not in case Jane will call. You see, it can't be done in English. You cannot have a future tense after a time subordinator. Although they are similar in functionality, in case is not the same as if. We use in case to say why somebody does or doesn't do something predictively. Okay. All right. You can use now in case something happens later. All right. For example, let's look at in case in conjunction with if. We'll buy some more food in case Tom comes. All right. Then we'll already have the food if he comes. We'll buy some more food if Tom comes. It's different. So, okay, in this case, you're committed. You're buying the food. You're doing it now. Whereas we will buy some more food if Tom comes. You're doing that in the future. All right. So this is happening in the future. In case is happening. We're doing it now. I'll give you my phone number in case you need to contact me. I'm giving you the phone number now. You can call me on this number if you need to contact me in the future. All right,
Okay.
so you can see the difference there. You should insure your bike in case it is stolen. You're going to insure it now. You should inform the police if your bike is stolen. That's in the future. If this condition happens in the future. So it's a little bit different. And you can't mix them up or bad things happen. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. You can talk about the past with in case to say why somebody did something. I left my phone switched on in case Jane called. All right, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't know. The point is, past tense, left my phone switched on. I drew a map for Sarah in case she had problems finding the house. Did she or did she not? That's not even necessary to know. You're just talking about it in the past. In case of classic, a little bit more formal, you will see this in English-speaking places to show like emergency things very commonly. In case of means if there is, especially on notices, you know, emergency updates, whatever. In case of fire, please leave the building as quickly as possible. All right. If there's a fire. All right. In case of emergency, call this number. Now notice, in case of, that's not happening now. It's not like I will leave my phone turned on in case something happens. This is definitely like the future you're talking about. So here, all right, it is like if. If there's a fire, please leave the building as quickly as possible. If there's an emergency, call this number. Okay. In case of, definitely a lot more formal. And frankly, we don't really use this in natural speech, really. This is you see this in writing, you know, on the wall over the fire extinguisher as you're walking through a public building. Okay, we've got plenty of time for plenty more exercises. All right. Okay, let's look at exercise 1. Sophie is going for a long walk in the country. You think she should take, all right, maybe some chocolate because she might get hungry. Okay, so if you were advising her, you would say, take some chocolate in case you get hungry. All right, that's the idea. So, okay, what advice are you going to give her? Audrey?
Okay. A map.
Sure.
Now, what do you do me
All
to
right.
do?
So
What
start
do
with
you want me to do?
take whatever, like the model sentence, take some chocolate
Okay.
in case you get hungry. And then,
Okay, so take a map. Take a map in case you get lost.
there you go. That's it exactly. Okay, very good. Carolina?
Mm, take some water. Perhaps she'll be thirsty.
Okay, try to use in case. Instead of
Okay,
perhaps,
okay, in case she'll be thirsty.
okay, but you would advise her. When we use in case, we're giving somebody advice or we're explaining our own advice. We're explaining something we're doing. So, you
Take
can use it in the third person. She should take some water
okay,
in
okay.
case she gets thirsty. All right, but you're saying it directly to her. Take some water in case you get thirsty. All right.
What's an anorak?
By the way, it would be very. Oh, hang on, hold that thought. It would be very strange to use like a subjunctive. I would take some water in case I get thirsty. Although this is grammatically correct to do this way, speaking in the first person, it's a little odd to do that. It's a little strange. Usually we don't do that. An anorak, to answer your question, is like it's a warm weather coat. I mean, sorry, cold weather coat. It's a very warm coat. Often it has a hood that you can tie around your face. If you're going to the North Pole, or you're going skiing, or you're going to a very cold place, you have an anorak. Okay.
Okay.
Very British. Americans don't use this. Americans would call it a parka.
American use what?
A parka. I just wrote it in the Verbling chat. We call it a parka, like a ski parka. All right.
A parka.
Yeah, a type of jacket or coat made for very warm weather. Maybe it has down or some kind of special filling inside it. It's for when it's 0 or less.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Ken, give this exercise a try here.
Yeah, take a camera in case Paul opened the window, his car window.
Who's Paul?
Paul is here,
Okay.
Michael.
Okay. All right. All right. In case Paul opens a window. All right. That's crazy. All right. Fine. Andre. Okay. Try one
Okay.
here.
Take an anorak in case it gets rainy. It gets rainy.
Okay. All right. That'll work. Okay. We're gonna try using in case. You're gonna add a whatever makes common sense phrase. So, for example, the situation, it's possible that Jane will need to contact you, so you agree to give her your phone number. Notice this is using in case is very direct, very direct speech. You're talking about things very directly, but none of these things are really abstract. We should lower the interest rate of the central banking figure in case probably wouldn't use it that way. It's in case it's very conversational and very direct. So
Can I have
anyway,
a question?
sorry?
Can I have a question?
Yeah, sure, of course.
What would Americans say about anorak?
We just wouldn't say it. What would we say instead?
Yes, instead.
Okay, well, first of all, yeah, we wouldn't say it. Okay. Well, we would call it probably a parka. I don't know.
Jacket could be?
It could be a jacket. We just don't use anorak. It's used for outdoors things. It's confusing because Americans have what they call a windbreaker, which is very thin, and it is used literally to break wind, to keep dry from the wind. If you're going skiing, British people go skiing in an anorak, and Americans go skiing in a ski parka. We call it a parka.
Okay.
But they call anorak what we would normally call a parka, mostly for cold weather. But they also have an anorak which they use for rain. Americans would call that a raincoat, regardless of what it was. A raincoat or a windbreaker. It depends, and many times they have zipped together different parts. One part is for the wind, and one part is the insulation for the warmth. So anyway, Americans really don't use that word. I mean, at all. I had no idea the first time I saw that what that was, and I ski all the time. I've never heard of that word. So Americans don't use anorak whatsoever.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anyway, situation here. Okay. Kind of. Oh, Carolina, I think. All right.
A friend of yours is going away for a long time. Maybe you won't see her again before she goes. So you decided to say goodbye now. You say, I say goodbye now in case I don't see you again.
Perfect. Yes. Good. Don't see you again. So you're using don't the negative, but present simple tense. That's it. Very good. That's exactly how you would say that. All right. Ken, can you take a look at number 3?
Okay. You are shopping in a supermarket with a friend. You think you have everything you need, but maybe you forgot something. Your friend that has the list. You ask her to check it. Can you take it out the list in case I forgot something? I forget something. I forgot something.
Okay. Okay. Forgot, I guess. You think you have everything you need, but you might have forgot something. All right. Can you check the list?
Can you check the list?
Yeah, that's it. I missed what you said. Something about ticket or something.
Check it out or something. Check it out.
Okay. Oh, that's possible. Can you check out the list in case in case I have forgotten something? You probably use present perfect, actually.
I have forgotten something.
Okay, because it's very relevant to now. She's been shopping. It's related to now, so present perfect would make sense there. All right. Andre, try one more here.
You advise a friend about using a computer. You think he should back up his files because maybe there will be a problem with this computer and he could lose all his data. You say you should back up if you lost. You should back up your data in case you lose in case your computer breaks.
Present tense. So we use present tense with in case of to indicate the future, right? In case something happens in the future. In case your computer breaks, in case you have a problem.
Okay, you should back your data. You should back up your data in case your computer breaks.
Sure, that would be fine. Okay. Past tense. Now concentrate on talking about in the past tense. There was a possibility that Jane would call, so I left my phone switched on. Okay, would call. That's in the past. I left my phone switched on in case Jane called. So same thing. You're just using past tense in both clauses. All right, Carolina, you want to give this one a try?
Which one? Sorry? Four?
Number 2?
Number two. Okay. I thought that I might forget the name of the book, so I wrote it down. I wrote down the name of the book in case I forgot
Yeah, in case I forgot it, maybe.
it.
Yeah, okay, pretty straightforward. Ken, try number 3 here.
I thought my parent might be worried about me, so I phoned them. I phoned my parents in case they might be worried about me.
Okay. Okay. Well, they might be. All right. Well, I phoned my parents past tense in case they might have been worried about me. You
Might
have
have
to.
been worried about.
You want to use a modal verb with a past tense meaning. You have to use that might have construction. All right. This might have, could have, would have, should have, whatever, and then the past participle of your main verb. Okay. All right. Andre, try one more here, at least.
Okay. I sent an email to Lisa, but she didn't reply. So I sent another email because maybe she didn't get the first one. I sent her another email in case she hasn't received the first one.
Okay, that's possible. All right, you're using present perfect. Okay, it's still related to now. That's possible, depending on the way the speaker's thinking about it. You could say in case she didn't get the first one. Either
Okay.
way.
So in case
Either
she
way.
didn't get the first one.
Honestly, either verb tense would be perfectly suitable and correct. As
Okay.
is often the case, it depends on the thinking of the speaker at the time they're saying it. Is it really related to right now, or is it a past finished action? It doesn't really matter. It's depending on how you're thinking about it. Okay, guys, my time is up. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again real soon here on Verbally. So,
Okay.
ciao.
Thank you,
Thank you.